Hi, everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of the call that we had earlier. So much to share, so much to hear back from y'all. Let me begin with a summation. So on our Telegram group, we did a little bit of a fun thing, but they got to win a Speedster Lightning session. And I asked, what are your 5 takeaways? And there were various answers. There's about the breadth, there's decluttering, there's feelings, there's money. Let me bring it up as the number 1 transformation possible with your money flows when you know these things. And even though these things are more than one, they are all number 1. Number 1, how we breathe is how we make money. Durga Ma is the exhale, destroyer, creator. Saraswati Ma is the inhale, you receive, you receive, you receive. Now I'm going to be putting in so much. I'm receiving and receiving and receiving. Oh my, it's not fitting. What do we do then? And Lakshmi Ma, Mahalakshmi Ma, is the sustainer. Every business person knows the importance, especially in India. We know the importance of making sure that we are always working with the Devi. Every businessman, however many other gods are being worshipped, Lakshmi Ma is an important aspect of wealth, business, prosperity. When lot of Lakshmi comes in, then sometimes you have to put away your whole cupboard. You have to make a new one. How we breathe is how we make money, because how we breathe has the blessings of the universe, of our gods, of our goddesses. How we breathe is dependent on how we feel, but that's not the only thing about feelings. Feelings also let us know that what happened with money becomes a trauma around everything else, and vice versa. What happened in the trauma around money becomes a trauma around getting money. One of the most important takeaways, which actually nobody has mentioned, but I want to drill it in. Your money struggles are not about money. I want everybody else, and vice versa. I want everybody to put this down in the group. Let me know that you have received and heard. My money struggles have nothing to do with money. My money stress has nothing to do with money. My money challenges have nothing to do with money. My money insecurities have nothing to do with money. In fact, the word that we use to describe our money story, challenge, crisis, can't trust it, lost confidence in it, don't believe it will come. Whatever way we describe the money story is the wound that has taken place in our feelings that is bleeding into money. My money struggles have nothing to do with money. But money is an easy way to try and feel better. It seems easier than dealing with the terrible things that happened, right? We invested so much, we gave so much, we trusted so much, we were promised so much. The lies, the cheating, the manipulation, the control, the loss, the rejection, the betrayal, divorce, death, leaving a house, marriage also, leaving a city, a new job. Anything can become the trauma which bleeds into the money. Whatever happened then will continue to happen now. And that is the demon, is the dinosaur that we need to be able to turn around and face. How we breathe is how we make money. How we feel is how we make money. How we heal is how we make money. Money by itself has no power other than what it's supposed to do, which is be a medium of exchange. It's a currency. I pay for services. I pay for products. This other thing that's happened with money, where money now becomes the source of my happiness, makes me feel like if I have money, I won't feel alone. If I have money, I will feel loved. If I have money, I will feel wanted. If I have money, I will feel safe. Cannot happen because that is not money's job. A cockroach has to do what a cockroach has to do. A whale has to do what a whale has to do. A tree has to do what a tree has to do. A house has to do what a house has to do. Money has to do what money has to do. How many of y'all have written down, my money struggles are not about money? And how many of y'all struggled to write it down? Because the interesting thing in the 7-8 people who responded to this small little winning lottery thing we did, not really lottery because you had to work for it, this little contest we did on our Telegram group, not one person brought up, my money struggles do not have to do with money. Please write it down and tell me if there is ease in writing it down, or you don't want to write it down. What is the reaction when I say write it down? Write it down in your notebook, write it down on your Telegram chat. My money struggles have nothing to do with money. When I look at my life, when I look at how much I have earned, made, gotten, received, created, my thoughts didn't get me there. Because our thoughts cannot get us there. Whatever is in your head that is pending to say that if I write it down, that means I'll have to start looking at other things. But I would rather work on, tell me how can I get my new job so I can get money? Tell me how I can get a husband, a rich husband, so I can get money. First, make this distinction. Your struggle is your struggle. Money is money. And if you're going to combine the two, the money is also going to become a struggle because that is not its authentic job profile. It was never meant to do it. It cannot make up for the fact that your parents treated you a certain way. It cannot make up for the fact that there was an earthquake. It cannot make up for the fact that the person you thought would be with you always lied, cheated, betrayed, abandoned, went away. Everybody? Was it easy to write it down, or was this very difficult?
Nidhu, a lot of people did write in everything that you were saying, write this down, write this down. And Ashwini says it was easy. Deepa says it was easy. Good. And Damodar also says it was easy. Deepali says felt sad after writing. Manisha says easy to write. Namrata says easy. SC, sorry, it's just showing up as SC. It was easy. Trupti says Good. It was easy.
Good. And Deepali said it was sad. The sadness is what you would rather not deal with. You would rather focus on the money than deal with the sadness. Whatever adjectives come up around money, that is the trauma, the wound that is bleeding into money, which is why the mind has put it together. But making money is easy. Making money is fun. Give me a yes, give me a yay.
Yes.
If it is not easy, if it is not fun, if there is not a consistency in the flow, and by consistency, I don't mean a salary at the end of the month, but just I'm working, I'm earning, I'm putting out my best, money will come. If that ease is not there, whatever else is going on is not about the money. Because if you have something that you can put out as a trade, you will get paid for it. But if what you're putting on is, my God, I'm so upset these people are not buying my things. I'm so angry that these people are not picking up my package. I'm so upset that more people aren't seeing that this is fine. This is a good price. I'm giving them such a good price. And then I'm giving them more than the price. And they're still not picking it up. Anytime you've got the catch, it is not about the money anymore. What is money? It is the energy of exchange. It is the energy of circulation. Because when I give you something and you give me something, and you could be giving me things apart from money, and that's also wonderful. But money is the accepted exchange currency. When you do this, I have a flow, I have a circulation, I have demand and supply, the economy runs. And that is all money is. Anything else around money is whatever is going on in the time your money flows went down. Why did your money flows go down? From everything that you have understood from the morning, why did your money flows go down when what happened?
Nidhu, while people write that in, because this is something that you've said a long time back, I don't know if you've repeated it recently, but visibility, comfort with visibility plays an important role. So basically, people, I'm hinting, put your video on.
Peaceful, it's peaceful. It's peaceful. It's always nice. It's always nice, but it's peaceful. There's no problem. Yeah. Why did this happen from what you understood in the morning? Next set of people to answer that, speak the lightning session is yours. Because, my darlings, if you haven't understood, your application will be limited. If your application is limited, you will not get the magical, miraculous, multi-millionaire energies of the decrees. Why did your money flows go down after what happened? Why did I even ask you? What happened in the year that your struggles began?
Ashwini said insecurity and stress. Smita says stress and fear. Pooja says emotion, thought, behavior.
But Pooja, I don't know what that means. Emotion, thought, behavior. Are you telling me about the trinity of vibration? I don't know what that means. So because you became insecure. So what if you became insecure? So what?
Deepa
So what?
says exploitation and stress.
Exploitation? What is that? The answer, exploitation.
You've just asked everybody, like, what from the morning, like, what went down? Why did the money flow go down? Especially, especially after with what has happened in the morning, as in what has happened to do, just for clarity, with what has happened in the sense with the work that was done in the morning, right?
With what happened when I asked you what happened when your struggles started.
Right.
How did your money flows go down?
Dipali has written past life trauma repeated in this life, and Champa has written void.
Void? I don't know what that means, my girl. I don't know what past life trauma in this life. Why does that have to reduce your money flow? Explain to me what you have understood.
Namrata's
take a minute.
Yeah,
go ahead, Ma. You can read that.
Yeah. So Namrata has written quit job, overspending due to fear of missing out. Shah says my money stories have nothing to do with the money. And Mona says fear consumed my attention. Pooja says because of emotions like anger, guilt, regret, insecurity, unsafeness, and stress, which are the 5 disruptors that you had spoken about in the morning. Malvika says first time we experienced and realized we had aloneness, unloved, unwanted energy. The flow went down to show us where work needed to be done. Bhuvnesh, says those emotions changed the breathing pattern.
Yes, who is this person? Please do give.
One second, and he's also a Kapoor. Thank you. So
Please give this person the link to schedule his lightning speed session.
yeah, I was just waiting, Nidhu, because I was thinking, I said, if I'm going to say it, then I'm going to get it. Then where's the fun in that?
There's fun in that also.
As in, where's the fun in the audience for that?
Because anytime you have a dhakka, what is a dhakka? Not my screen. I froze. I froze and I held my breath. I didn't breathe. When I didn't breathe, now this is it. Now somewhere like this, my cupboard has been. And somewhere like this, my cupboard has stayed. If it is going to stay like this, only what has happened will continue to happen. Correct? Yes? This makes sense to everybody? Yes? Yeah? Yes? Superb. But the reminder to breathe. In the morning, Neelu was speaking about how when we anticipate something like there's a surprise or the Miss Universe, right? And Miss Universe grows into her role. She gets more and more comfortable with it. We get more and more avoidant. So what has happened now? My cupboard, which I think is empty, is actually filling up with a lot of these things that I don't want to see. Why don't I want to see it? And this answer is also in the morning, but a little unfair of me to expect you to have picked it up. So I'm going to give you the answer again. I gave it to you in the morning. We don't pick it up because the paradigm of our world is mental. It is thought-based. It is mind-based. It is masculine. We don't want to look at it because it has to do with emotion and feeling. What is the difference between emotion and feeling? I will come back to that. What I want to ask you is, how afraid are you of feeling what you feel? Nobody is to say that you are not afraid, because you are. Out of these, which is the one feeling you are most afraid of feeling? You're terrified this feeling will happen. I don't just mean physical pain. There is that, although that is also a feeling, by the way. What is the one feeling you hate? Like you will do anything to avoid that feeling. Like the moment that feeling comes, suddenly you want to start feeding dogs on the road. Like you will do anything to avoid that. How afraid are you of your feelings? And why am I saying you cannot say you are not afraid? Because my lovelies, all of us have spent centuries now only listening to the mind. ऐसे करो, ऐसे पैसे करो, ये workshop करो, वहां पे जाओ, वहां से मिलेगा, you will get money like this, you will get money like this. And despite the fact that one of the things that always shows up in my work, and I've said this a few times, I will never ask you how you think, but I will always ask you how you feel. The mind, one, has limitation. What will the mind send the signal from the data? The data is, when I was cooking, I cut my finger. And it was deep, and now I have this bandage, I had to have this bandage, and I had so much other work to do, and then I didn't know, and then I had to go for my tetanus shot. I don't like getting injections. All of this is data. What will the mind say? What is the signal that it will send? Don't cook anymore. Right? Isn't that true? When something happens, we hesitate after that. One rejection, and we won't do it again. Amitabh Bachchan, 13 flops in a row when he started his career. People wrote him off. He's too tall. He's too thin. He's not good looking. He's lanky. He's got ape's arms. He's got very, very long arms. In fact, one of the things he talks about is how in a scene he struggles with what to do with his arms. Written off. And then Zanjeer happened, and no looking back. He is a living legend for us today. Still acting, still out there. 13 flops. My gosh, 13 flops. Like, what do you need to be made of to handle 13 flops? And they're flops, right? Which means publicly you are unwanted and rejected. Publicly, there is no love. What are you most afraid of feeling? And on a scale of 0 to 10, how much is it? And how afraid are you of feeling depressed? Who's comfortable feeling depressed? Who's comfortable feeling low? Who's comfortable saying, I'm tired? Who's comfortable saying, I'm tired, I'm going to take time off? That's two separate things, right? Because you can say, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and then push yourself to work the next day. What are you most afraid of?
Nidhu, you want this on the Telegram group or on paper like the morning so that it can be discarded?
You can put it on the Telegram group, and you can put it on your paper also, because we are going to work on it and you will discard it.
So Kulvinder says 10, Smita says fear 10, Neetu says me. So I'm guessing maybe she's saying she is comfortable being depressed because that's the question you asked.
Tell us what the answer to what question that was, Neetu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ashwini says rejected, Chaya says 10, Kulvinder also says me. I can only guess on this because you were asking who is comfortable being this. Shampa says fear 10.
Yeah.
Angela said misunderstood and not validated. Trupti says 8. Angela says attacked. Ritika says feel too lazy to learn new things 10. Malvika says being irrelevant, non-creative 7. Pooja says feeling poor. Amanda says fear of being alone 10. Neetu says I do say I am tired and I am resting. And Kulvinder says being depressed.
Superb. Excellent. Why excellent? I'm going to come to that. Have water, everybody. Let us do the secret 1 second alchemy.
And one more is coming very quickly. Radhakrishna has written rejected 10, unwanted 10, unloved 10, family being disrespectful and insulting 10, fear of being alone 10. Like a lot is going on.
Yeah.
And Kadambari has also written 10, being judged.
And when I say, let us do it, what I mean is I'll do it, you just receive. All right. Doing it 10 times. Done. 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 And done. Have some more water. Tell me what's coming up. What are your numbers looking like? Has something shifted? Has it gone, for example, from judgment or rejection to just sorrow, grief, sadness, anger, frustration, irritation, impatience? Tell me where you are right now.
A few more people wrote in with a lot of 10s, Nidhu.
Got it. Is it still 10? Just check.
So Shah says her head is heavy. Kulvinder says frustration. Pooja's asked, what if the number doesn't change?
It's fine. It's no problem. See if the nature has changed. Like you could have written flowers and now it is a cupboard.
Deepa has written frustration. Pooja has written yawning. Trupti says 8 to 6.
Good.
Malvika says shifts in solar plexus ties with clarity and consistency on my life purpose. Angela says disappointment, but not as intense.
Good.
Dipali has gone from 9 from 10. So from 10, she's gone to 9.
Good.
Suma says there's heaviness in the chest. Mona says sadness. Smita says fear has become 7 from 10. So there's a lightness. Lotus has written, I feel let down by myself at 8, but I think Lotus, this is your first SUD. So after the decrease, where are you at? After Nidhu's done the, you know what she does. After she's done what she's done. Where are you at? And Pooja said also a lot of coughing, and Ritika says anger.
Super.
Bhuvnesh has written feel emotion compress by half.
Fantastic. Excellent. Excellent. Because 3 times, I just want you to say, I got my own back. I got my own back. I got my own
Got my
back.
own back. I got my own back.
I'll just take care of that. It's done. Right.
Have water.
Radha Krishna, who had, written a number of things, each at 10, has written, now feeling light in mind, start to think family may love me if I get more money. And it's at an 8. Amanda says 10 to 9, some sadness now around feeling alone. Namrata is feeling choked.
Namrata, I'm doing it for you. Hang on. Namrata, I just want you to do this. Just do this. And alchemy done. Check. And choked, we know choked often has to do with past lives of strangulation. Either you were amazing or you were... Neelu, unmute her.
I'm feeling strangled as if there's a noose here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, and for you, I can see a rope. Correct. Correct. So there's a hanging in your past life. Hang on. Let's just clear it. How is it making you feel?
Like crying.
Go ahead and cry, Namrata. Flow with me. While you're crying, I'm doing it. Next. Just say cry. If you want to say crying again.
Crying.
Next.
Crying.
Next.
Crying.
Next.
Crying.
Next.
Crying.
Next.
Crying.
Next.
Crying.
And check now. How is it now?
Head is slightly heavy.
How's the sense of the noose?
Nearly not there.
Good.
But still I'm feeling very heavy here.
You're feeling heavy. On a scale of 0 to 10, how much is the heaviness?
Around 4.
Okay. Everybody, whatever is your symptom, whatever is your number, 3 times and only 3 times, and we're not giving gratitude, you're using a decree, and you're going to see how a decree works more, apart from I got my own back. I want you to say, Namrata, thank you, heaviness. So everybody else, thank you, rejection, thank you, sorrow, thank you, sadness, whatever it is, 3 times, say, thank you.
Heaviness. Thank you, heaviness.
Nidhu, if somebody like Sejal who says that she's feeling stuck should say thank you, stuckness.
Thank you, stuck.
Thank you, stuck. Okay.
3 times. Namrata, how are you?
But
Amazing, right? We didn't give gratitude. Thank you as a word brings in the energy of... I'm going to come back and complete that sentence. How is everybody doing?
Pooja is getting a vomiting sensation. And Shalini is written in saying that since the morning session, she's been feeling very, 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 very angry, which she isn't usually.
Absolutely fine. Is there a problem with feeling angry? Do you fear feeling angry? Do you find ways to suppress your anger? Is there a wrongness to feeling angry? It's okay. Feel angry. Say thank you, angry, 3 times.
Nagendra said it's amazing. Ritika says feeling very light. Thank you, laziness. And Trupti says burping and pain in mid spine. And Amanda's asked, instead of saying I got my own back, can I say I've got my own back?
Try it, Mandy, and tell me. The decree So there's a series of decrees with just I. Like I get, I receive, I have. There is a series which is just the I series. And this is part of the I series. So there is no I, but Mandy, give it a shot. Tell me how it works for you. For sure. The person who had the pain in the spine and the puking sensation, how are they?
Okay, so pain, the pain mid spine was Tripti, and the Puja Sajdev was the one feeling a vomiting sensation. We
How
need
are
to
you?
hear back from them.
Okay.
And Neetu says, I'm angry at my daughter for not being thankful and grateful. Shalini said, after thanking anger, I'm feeling calmer.
Good.
Ishan
We will
says,
thank anger. All right, my lovelies. We didn't give gratitude. We didn't. You used the power of thank you. I will come to this. I will tell you why this works, but it is not gratitude. So you didn't thank anger. What you did was say thank you anger. So thank you anger, when we write this in decree, because the decrees have a slightly different set of grammar than normal English. We use English words, but we use it differently. So when we write this, it's not thank you, comma, anger. It is thank you, anger. So it's like one phrase. I'm going to come to this. You will know why thank you works the way it does and why thank you is so crucial in working through our feelings. How is everybody breathing? How is everybody's chest feeling? How is everybody's belly on the exhale?
right. Purnima said, feeling light, some tears rolled out of only left eye. Smita says, amazing. Burning in diaphragm vanished.
Good. Good.
And Pooja says it's there. The vomiting sensation is still there. And Mandy, who you'd asked, let us know how. She said it's more comforting to say IVE.
Go ahead, Mandy. Go ahead.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
And Malvika has written, my solar plexus has released so much and opening up more.
Isn't this amazing? Can you see how 5-minute sessions happen? Because it didn't. I've just told you, say thank you 3 times. That's not even 1 minute. Already feeling better, feeling lighter, releases are going on. What is a release? What is a release, my lovelies? A release is an exhale. And what does an exhale bring? An exhale brings tons more in. So before I tell you the power of thank you, when you have exhaled, when you have released, and there's space now in your cupboard. And there is a certain way that you are now, you're hardwired. I shouldn't say hardwired. You are strongly wired. Yes, Neelu, please go ahead.
Just because there is a pressure factor that is coming, because at least like a few people have written in, including Deepa and Namrata and Suma. Deepa is heavy in the chest. Namrata has pressure on the ears and head, and Suma is feeling pressure in the head.
Have an entire glass of water. Sip it, don't gulp it. And Suma's 1 second alchemy done. Deepa's 1 second alchemy done. Who's the other person now?
And Namrata.
Namrata's 1 second alchemy done. Cleared, removed, and check. But have water. Because we're bringing in gold, my lovelies. We're bringing in gold. And when gold starts coming in, whatever is lead is going to rush out. So this is all that is happening right now is temporary transfer trauma. You're transferring, alchemizing into more and more gold. Okay. Now there is a certain analytical process that has taken place because of data. Yes, there is the data, there is the strong wiring, and then there's a signal to the hardware, which is how I behave in the world. Whatever is the word you're using right now, pukey, pressurizing, painful, challenging, sad, I just want you to say this sentence 1 time. Ready? 1 time only. I want you to say this sentence. The sentence is, the decree is, I don't want to think that. Just say it.
Can you repeat that?
I don't want to think that. I don't want to think like this. Has your mind blanked out? Has it completely silenced itself? Okay. Tell me the body sensations. Whatever are the body sensations, maybe one word will pop in. It is anger, it is heaviness, it is strangulation. Maybe a word will pop in, maybe it will not pop in. Take a look at where the pressure is in the body. Right side is feeling heavy. Thank you, right side feeling heavy. Don't say thank you, right side is feeling heavy, because we're not giving gratitude. Just add the word thank you. Thank you, heaviness in my chest. Thank you, sinking feeling in my belly.
So people have started writing in Nidhu, and I'm going to tell you very quickly why I asked you to repeat the decree, because when you said it the first time, it sounded like this song, which I know, which is the Meatloaf. But I won't do that.
Yeah.
So the
I
moment you
would
said it,
do
anything for love. Yeah.
anything for love. Yeah.
But I
But
won't
do
so
that.
For a moment, it sounded like I won't do that. So then I asked you to repeat it, and I realized that you said that I don't want to think that. So that was why. And
while you all are sharing, my lovelies, because remember, all of this is at lightning speed. I am flinging out stuff. I am like dumping out stuff. So very quickly, also I'm bringing stuff. And the stuff that I want to bring is, I want to think empowering thoughts. I want to think uplifting thoughts. I want to think $100,000 thoughts. I want to think 81 lakh rupees thoughts. I want to think anti-stress thoughts. I want to think happy thoughts. I want to think light thoughts. What we're doing, okay, you know what? Receive, absorb. What do you want to think? Again, right? Because the paradigm of mind has been so ingrained in us, it doesn't cross our mind that the mind is not in charge. We are. When I say we are, first, our emotions are in charge, because the emotion is the data. What is an emotion? An emotion is an unconscious reaction. Unconscious. Like, for example, you could say, I am feeling impatient. Like, I'm getting really irritated now. How long is this going to take? The emotion is anger. The feeling is irritation. Feeling is what you're conscious of. Hunger is a primitive emotion. Hungry is a feeling. How are we doing? What is taking place? What is taking place? Have you lost your breath? Who's holding breath? How is your breathing? How are you receiving? How are you releasing? How are you inhaling? How are you exhaling? Are you feeling stronger, more confident, more capable of $100,000? Yes, I can only hear a yes. I can only hear a yes. Show me a yes. Give me a yes. Excellent. Excellent. Neelu, bring me up to date before I get into the importance of the thank you and the 5 things that are keeping us poor. They have to do with everything that we have spoken about in the morning. So for those of you all who just joined us, you still get it, but make sure that you catch the previous replay. How is everybody doing? I don't want to think stressful thoughts. I don't want to think heavy thoughts. I don't want to think pressurizing thoughts. what we're doing is we're breaking the hardwiring. There is data. It does need to be worked at, but the hardwiring is what is driving my behavior. I need my hardwiring to immediately start bringing in different action points in my life, because our emotions, our feelings, we will work through. But right now, when the call is over, when today is over, for you to be able to wake up tomorrow, even tonight, and say, you know what? I'm not going to have that chocolate pastry at midnight, is to make that easier. You know what? I'm going to make a call to that client who owes me money. You know what? I'm going to make this fantastic new product. You want the reality of what you're going through right now, because otherwise, my darlings, it's just a dream, no? Then it's only in the clouds. You want to take all of that and put it into practice. You want to make sure that your body hardware is now following the new wiring. What is the new wiring? I don't want to think like this. I don't want to think it can't happen. I don't want to think that I am unloved. I don't want to think unloving thoughts. I don't want to think I am unwanted. I don't want to think I am alone. I don't want to think lonely thoughts. I don't want to think alone thoughts. Okay? Some releasing is happening. I don't want to. The decrees, because they're a language, they include everything. The power of yes, the power of no. I don't want to is not used in any work to manifest, except in the decrees. I don't want to. In the morning we did, I get no stress anymore. I get no anger anymore. We're using the power of no for money to say yes. How are we doing with our heads? How are we doing when we have this thought, when we have this new thought? I want to think loving thoughts. I want to think compassionate thoughts. I don't want to think judgy thoughts. I don't want to think rejection thoughts. I don't want to think attacking thoughts. I want to think together thoughts. I want to think home and at home thoughts. I want to think love in love thoughts. What is happening, my lovelies? Your life is changing right now. Your money flows are transforming right now. Yes? Give me a yes. Show me a yes. Awesome. Awesome. And while Milu collates and collects all your responses, so I also want to tell you, my lovelies, even though this will date this call, so Mercury retrograde has been going on, not been the easiest of Mercury retrogrades. We've been forgetful, we've been distractful, we've been procrastinating, we've been annoyed, there have been delays, their tech has been collapsing. You saw an example of that in the morning as well. Now, in a Mercury retrograde, we have the least amount of filters. So other people are also being volatile, we're also being volatile. My household help came in, started doing her work, and then with the dish rag in her hand, she turned to me and said, "You gave me less money. I cannot work for less money. You cannot just give me less money. I am going to leave now. I cannot work like this." Now, the previous month, she had taken an advance. And the advance got adjusted to this month, which clearly she had forgotten. Now she is household help. She's been household help for a while. She knows if she comes too close to my work table, I will growl. It takes time to train employees. So obviously, I don't want to let her go. But in my head, the first thing that came was, what is this person doing in my space? If she has to talk like that, let her go right now, you know? I also knew Mercury retrograde, so I started doing the decree in my head. Foundation decree is you can leave now. So sorry, my darlings, for those of you who are completely new, just flow with me. We will do a 20-minute crash course on the first day of our call together in October. in my head 5 times, because Mercury's number is 5, I started doing Mercury retrograde, you can leave now. Mercury retrograde, you can leave now. Mercury retrograde, you can leave now. I'm thinking it. By the time I got to the 5th Mercury retrograde, she's holding her dish rag. She abruptly stopped, turned her head, started working. Because I knew that she had suddenly remembered she had taken an advance. Dishes were washed a little loudly that day. But before she left, she said, I'll come earlier tomorrow. And I knew what she's telling me really, right? What she's really telling me is, I am coming, I am staying, I am going to be working. Because poor people, and why am I calling her poor? I'm calling her poor relative to the work that most of us do. Poor people do not know how to acknowledge. Neither know how to acknowledge that they did something incorrect. Poor people have the hardest time saying sorry. Poor people have the hardest time saying thank you. And I knew dishes were washed a little loudly because she was expressing her embarrassment, her frustration, because sometimes we look for a fight. Sometimes we think, I've been wronged by the world, now this person I can go and fight with. And then suddenly you can't fight with this person because you don't know that this person has the degrees. Number one, rich persons speak. I learned years back from our beloved superstar, Vidya Balan. Vidya would send these texts. I have seen her at premieres. I have seen her at parties. I have seen how she is with fans. I have seen how fans are with her. And I see the way she acknowledges. When she would send me these texts after a session, I would say, this is so nice. This is so good. And then very quickly, I started realizing that there's something else, that there's a deliciousness to this energy. And then when I looked and I looked and I looked, I said, what is this energy? What is this energy? Of course it's good. Of course it's light. But what is this? And I saw that it was gold. That the energy of acknowledgement is gold. And I want to say some acknowledgements here. Gwen, another person who acknowledges on the group, on text, doesn't ever miss an opportunity to acknowledge. Nishi has been, I think, at least for a couple of years with the decrease, does her best to attend every group call. And I must have done at least 75 in 2 years. Always, after every call, there is an acknowledgement text. What is an acknowledgement? Hang on. Neelu will send a voice note, text message, put it on our team chat, interrupt a team meeting. But she will let you know. When, and you would have seen this with speakers as well, when they've done something and she's feeling, oh my God, what is that? She will say it in 17 sentences. Radha, Vandana Sawant. Vandana and Radha both. They will not just say thank you, they will give you the result of the thank you. About 100,000. I got my 2 BHK. Vandana Sawant will send me a text, then she will call me. Like the desire to acknowledge Kadambari, Lakshmi, Leena is too cute. Leena has this way of acknowledging, which is, this is mad. This is mad. This is so mad. This is fully mad. But it is an acknowledgement. Aparna, Heidi, incredible. Always. And you see, it's not just thank you for the call. It is, this was so amazing. An acknowledgement is not just the acknowledgement that something happened, but an acknowledgement of how you feel. And I have a 2-page long list of the people whose names I want to take. I'm going to run through a few of them. Carleen, Kulpreet, Ashling. Ashling will share everything. She will share what she used. She will share the gratitude for it. She will share the result. Julia Lawson, somebody else. Julia is a little new to the decrees. I think it's just a few months. But Julia will send me a text after every call that she attends. Julia will remind me in the middle of calls as to why she loves the decrees. It's absolutely incredible. There's also Julie. Julie comes now and then. Every time she does, it's just absolutely extraordinary. Kim, the Mystic Lotus and Dragonflies team, Shilpa, Amrish, Misbah, Simran. It's just amazing. Hiteshji, Guruji, Kalyan sir, Smriti, Upmaji, Deepak, Brenda, Charu. I don't want to miss anybody's name. Kushali, Vijay, and these are people you're going to be speaking to. And I am telling you right now, whatever is their money story, want to settle down in Beverly Hills, want to take over the GDP of Sri Lanka, doing their best to form an island only for panda bears, whatever is their money story right now, I am telling you that they will always get money. Always they will get money. Because acknowledgement is rich person speak. It takes confidence to acknowledge. In the case study Neelu mentioned, and that is in your email, where S and S1, because I have another story with S2, where S1 got his multi-million-dollar project greenlit. Other $1 million projects also in the pipeline, things are going on, but there are 2 projects that were stuck. What was the acknowledgement? I don't feel so good. I think I'm losing my confidence. Wonder if I've made a mistake. That is all. In the acknowledgement, and what, remember, and it is not an acknowledgement. See, acknowledgement is not the story of the government. It is not the story of your neighbor. It is not the story of your family. That expression can happen. It's not an acknowledgement. An acknowledgement is always personal. I felt great. I didn't feel great. Acknowledgement is always a desire. I desire this. I want this. I don't want this. I don't desire that. In the who wants to be richer today, everybody who wrote yes, you are acknowledging. I guarantee you something with money is going to show up in your life if it hasn't already shown up. The acknowledgement is always, always, always your number one gateway to money. It is your number one rich person speak. How many times have you given thank yous? And this thank you is the gratitude thank you, not the decree thank you. How many times have you said thank you? Not you were there, that I felt better you were there. Thank you. Because of this, I feel like I can handle what's going to happen. The thank you decree brings in acknowledgement, acceptance, and that acknowledgement and acceptance is the light you felt. Everybody, right? Solar plexus opened up, you're feeling calmer, anger has come down. We said thank you. We acknowledged what was going on. And the opposite is also true. When, and especially for those of y'all who are going to do the unlimited 5-minute lightning speed sessions, for those of y'all who've won lightning speed sessions of 5 minutes, you gotta give me your acknowledgement, which is, no, not that this is so amazing. How are you feeling? Yaar, acha nahi lag raha hai. Kitna kharab lag raha hai. I'm feeling so terrible. You know what she said? You know what he said? You know what he did? Acknowledge what you are going through. And after that, allow the 1 second alchemy and whatever might be the decree that shows up for you, because the decrees are a language. There are many decrees. I just want you to focus on the most important ones that we are going to be playing with in October. November, we will play with a different set. In October, I got my own back. I don't want to think like this. I get no stress. I get none of this. I get none of this. This is not there. Okay, here's another one. Stress is not there. Just say 3 times, just say stress is not there. Tell me what's happening to your shoulders. Tell me what's happening to your chest. Tell me what's happening to your belly. Anger is not there. Now, when you say anger is not there, and it is like a lever, and this much boulder of anger is sitting and it moves it, you will feel the anger as it's leaving. But it will shake, it will dislodge, it will open everything. Acknowledgement is first and foremost your rich person speak. In acknowledgement, okay, you know what? And all of y'all acknowledge, and acknowledge beautifully. When I asked you, how are you feeling? What was the shift? You saw how quickly you could acknowledge. What would you like to acknowledge about where you started from? How are you feeling right now?
Nidhu, can you hear me? No echo, right? Super. So while you were talking, Suma actually wrote in. Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. We'll wait. We will wait. And Nidhu was mentioning, some of you have won a 5-minute speedster session with her. So this is just a quick update for you. Once the call is over, you will be getting the link to schedule on your Telegram. It'll be DM'd, separately messaged to you from Shilpa. And Nidhu, I was just trying to tell you that Suma, who's also actually somebody who has actually won one of the sessions with you.
Suma is another one I want to acknowledge. Kadambari, Lakshmi, just in case I didn't say it. And if you have been acknowledging and I didn't acknowledge you, remind me. I will acknowledge you. I will acknowledge you on the group. I will find a way to acknowledge you on our upcoming calls as well. Because I thank you. I value you. You are important to me. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being here. Thank you for responding. Thank you for your acknowledgements. Thank you for your thank yous, of which there have been many. Mwah.
And Suma's right there giving you a flying kiss back. And earlier, she was having pressure, there was pressure in her head and things. And she's just written in a few minutes back saying, Nidhu, thank you. Get more and more monies. We just got a call from a person who owes us money to come and take it. Mua, love you. That's what she's written.
Yoo-hoo! Very nice. Show me the money, everybody. Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. One person's success is everybody's success. One person's opening is everybody's opening. Sometimes that one person has to have it bigger in order to let us know that everything is opening. Yay and yes. And yay and yes. Fantastic. Go on, Nidhu.
So everybody's written in just immediately after that. Krishna, sorry, that's in a language I do not understand. So please do translate that and write it in. Namrata has written, thank you, Nidhu. I feel blessed, feeling confident, very hopeful. Trupti says, feeling awesome. Thank you, Nidhu. Kadambari says, I cried. Thank you. God bless you. Kulvinder says, feeling excited. Thank you, Nidhu. It's awesome. Angela says, hot flashes. Shah says, me. Again, me to what? Please do elaborate. Pooja says, Nidhu, it's mesmerizing when you speak. Sab bhul gaya, feeling amazing. And Angela, who mentioned hot flashes just like at 7:05, just 1 minute later said hot flashes are not there.
It's not there. Hot flashes are not there. Stress is not there. Anger is not there. Guilt is not there. Insecurities is not there. Stress is not there. Unsafe is not there. Gone. All gone. Gone. All gone. Gone. All gone. Go ahead, Nidhu. And by the way, Mercury retrograde also makes us interrupt others a lot. Apologies, and please carry on, Ma.
Okay, so for a second, I thought I was going to say, I'm sorry, Nidhu. Did I interrupt unnecessarily?
I did.
Okay. Lotus says, I acknowledge even I missed the beginning. I made it and I'm feeling relaxed now. Thank you, Nidhu and Neelu. Thank you, Nidhu.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And can you see that because you are feeling like this, your money stress is zero? How are you feeling about money now? What is the thought around money now? Quickly give me sentences. Come on. Quickly. And because we're going to go rapidly like this. If it is a happy sentence, just say, I want to think more of this. If it's not a happy sentence, say, I don't want to think like this. Your mind will blank out. In that blankness, sow the new wiring. Doesn't mean that you don't have to take care of data. You do, because that wiring will snap very quickly once that data starts rising again. But for now, for you to see the change in your money flows immediately, you want to make that real. For that, you got to break the wiring. What is the thought around money? When I say money, what comes up? When I say more money, what comes up? When I say so much more money, what comes up?
N says easy possible. I can see N over here. Deepa, by the way, has written, Nidhu ma'am, you didn't acknowledge me. This is Deepa Shirodkar.
I'm so sorry, Deepa. I acknowledge you. You are important to me. I value you, and I'm very happy you're here. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you.
Ashwini says, it will shower. Pooja says, gettable. Ishan says, I'm in need of money. Bianca says, I can do it. Angela says, money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Suma says, it's all coming. I want to think like this. Mandy says, money comes easily to me now. Yogita says, it's easy. Want to think more of this. Jayashi says, feeling positive about money. Shampa says, money is my best friend. Shalini says, it seems possible to make loads of money. Dipali says, some way will open. Namrata says, I'm feeling very relaxed, supported, and I can do it. Kulvinder says, bring more money. Kavita says, money flows to me easily. Trupti says, I want to think more of money, more money, more money. Ease, money is a tool, happiness flowing. Enough space to receive, it's coming. Raining money, flowing from all directions. Smita has written, I feel too much money is coming to me right now beyond I can imagine. Thank you, Nidhu. So I understand. I feel too much money is, would that be the right way to say it? Man, this is nothing again. I'm only asking.
It feels like there's a happy energy, but I know what you mean, Neelu, that it feels like it's too much. So it feels like, bahut ho gaya. That, yeah, but there's a happy energy to this. That person who said, I am in need of money. Do you want to think like that? Anytime you have attached anything to money apart from circulation, economy, and trade, it is not about the money. So you don't want to think like that. You want to say, I don't want to think neediness. I don't want to think needy, clingy thoughts, because need is always coming from a space of anxiety, insecurity, possessiveness, control, jealousy, because everything is linked to everything, right? One atom makes the whole universe. So I don't want to think needy thoughts. I want to think confident thoughts. I want to think empowering thoughts. I want to think happy receiving thoughts. Break that wiring, and the rest we will take care of. Now that you are feeling like this about money, maybe that is all you have to do. Maybe there is something else that will come to your mind. I need to clear out my paperwork. I need to make sure that I have dematted my shares. I need to start writing a blog. Something is going to come, because you see, now that something is changed here, a different command of action is going to go into the body. What is that? And that is what you're going to get supported with in package B, where every day you will get a reminder. You will have unlimited speech to lightning sessions, because you can see how quick this is, my darlings. You identify, you acknowledge, degrees will do the rest. As in, you will say them also. I will say them also. 1 minute, 1 second, alchemy will also happen. In 5 minutes, we will be moving towards the life of your dreams, towards fulfilling your goals. second rich people speak is. And it has to do with acknowledgement. Because the fact is that you cannot acknowledge unless you, let me see, for fun, try, complete the sentence. You cannot acknowledge unless you.
Unless you're grateful.
Yes, unless you're grateful. Yes, correct. I was looking for the action. Grateful. Grateful is like the feeling, right? You're so grateful. And that's what you acknowledge. You acknowledge that you're grateful. But go ahead. You cannot acknowledge unless. You cannot anything. You cannot most things unless you do this thing. But go ahead.
Something action maybe, and I'm looking at the group.
Yeah.
There's
Knowledge unless.
aware of it, feel it, unless you accept it.
Nice, nice. Yeah. Build on it. Good.
Ashwini says breathe. Unless you feel it again. Smita says experience. Unless you're aware, you feel good. Recognition, acceptance, recognition, having it, believing it is what is coming in.
Fantastic. I think you'll have got it. Obviously, you cannot acknowledge until
Receive.
you are. Sorry.
Received it. The last one. The one is
Okay.
received. Yeah.
Obviously, you cannot acknowledge it unless you're aware of it. Yes? Unless you're conscious of it. Somebody buys you donuts and you're not interested in donuts. So you say, thank you so much. And you will leave it on the side. Your awareness will not pick up on the fact that somebody has bought you these donuts. Because for you, donuts didn't mean anything. And acknowledgement always has to do with how you personally, uniquely felt. So there's got to be the awareness of how you feel. I'm feeling bad. Like I asked you, right? Like two people said, right? I'm okay to say I'm depressed or I'm tired, I'm resting. I'm angry, I'm sad. The acknowledgement requires awareness. And awareness, of course, awareness is also built by all senses. What we see builds our awareness. What we touch or what touches us builds an awareness. But the biggest awareness building sense is the sense of listening. When you go to school, your teacher is not miming. She's not miming history, geography to you. You listen. The sacred act of Shravanam. Shravanam is the Sanskrit word for listening. In the sacred act of listening, you then go back and you do your homework. Or you come back the next day, teacher takes you through it again. Right? In kindergarten, we are going through the same thing in various repetitions. 4 apples are drawn, then you'll learn to count. But listening is your biggest act of learning, of awareness. When you are a good listener, you are a good acknowledger. When you are not a good listener, it is difficult to acknowledge. When you have confidence, you can listen to feedback because you got to acknowledge feedback also. When you have confidence, you can acknowledge the criticism because you have to acknowledge the criticism also. It takes guts to be a listener, to be an acknowledger. It takes confidence. Listening is not everybody's cup of tea. We listen to the things that make sense to us at that point, which is why in every work you take on, you got to go back a second time. As I said in the beginning of the call, while there have been various takeaways, including the takeaways that I didn't mention, but the interpretation of what I mentioned was also a takeaway. And almost everybody has won a Speedster Lightning. The one takeaway, which is my money struggles are not about money, didn't happen. Why? Were you not listening? You were listening, but I also said a lot. So you also listened to what made sense to you immediately, because there are levels to listening. The first time you hear something new, it doesn't go in fully. The first time you hear something really rapid, it doesn't go in fully. If I asked you, what are the 4 decrees I have given you? You won't be able to tell me right now. Immediately, you won't be able to tell me. Just give me 1 second, my darlings. 1 second. Mercury disturbing us. You can leave now. You can leave now. You can leave now. Thank you, Mercury disturbances. Had a little bit of light flickering. So I was wondering for a moment, but it wasn't the light flickering, those shadows from outside. Awesome. Awesome. Assumptions you can leave now, presumptions you can leave now. Thank you, assumptions. Thank you, presumptions. So if I ask you to tell me the decrees, especially if you are listening to them for the first time, and those of you all who are also familiar with the decrees, you all got a few new ones today. Immediately, it won't come to your mind because the listening has just happened. So first we listen till here. Till here. Then what we know inside already, oh, 25,000 times in my life, I have been told decluttering is good. I understand that I have to declutter. So you will interpret that in your own way. Then you listen the next time. Like I gave you a summation. Something else went in. I made you write it. Something else went in a little deeper. The third time, it will go in a little deeper. Listening to the replay, you will be amazed how every time you listen to a replay, you'll hear something new. Were you not listening the first time? You were. It takes time to develop being a listener. It takes time to even want to listen. Poor people do not want to listen. Rich people insist on listening. Please tell me, you had something to say. I want to know. And not, what were you saying? But you were saying something. Not fighting, listening. No poor person likes to listen. And no poor person can take feedback. No poor person can take criticism. Poor people can burst into tears, start attacking you back, ambush you, completely deflect, completely gaslight you into something else. Poor people do not listen. Rich persons speak means you are willing to be a better listener. You are willing to listen. And I'm not saying that if you have somebody who's just constantly talking all the time, all of us have one family member who will not stop talking. We have that one family member, right? They will talk all the time. Also because they don't want to listen, but also because they want to so much be listened to. And I'm not saying that you have to listen to everything this person is droning on and on about. I'm not saying that listening means that friend who has told you for the last 6 years about how her boyfriend left her at the altar, that you have to keep listening to that story. The ability to listen is the ability to speak. Only a good listener is a good speaker. Because ENT, what is happening here is going to impact my breath, which means I will either make money or not make money, because how we breathe is how we make money. And then things will happen here. Either I will share it, or I will not share it, or I will express it, or I will not express it. When you can listen, then you will be listened to. There is an African proverb that says, only those who obey can command. When you know how to listen, and by the way, that's one of the things we do in our package A itself, because I need you to have this before we go to package B, before we start doing the super work. Sorry, Neelu, were you going to say something?
No, I'm here, and I've just switched my video off because the network.
Peaceful. Rich people listen, because listening is also how we upgrade. There is no upgradation possible without learning. There is no learning possible without listening. You come to a workshop, perhaps you will continue working with the degree, perhaps you won't, but you came to the workshop. You came in for class. Because you came in, I'm sorry, somebody's audio is on. Please switch it off. Is it mine? Thank you. Because you've come, you'll take away something. Because you'll take away something, you'll apply it somewhere. You will upgrade something in your life. Rich people are constantly learning, upgrading, learning, upgrading. Exhaling, Durgama, creation. Inhaling, Saraswati Ma. Sustaining, Lakshmi Ma. Plateauing, all businesses plateau. All work plateaus at some point. What do you do there? You pivot. Do you know who Audio was? Do you know what Audio was? Hope I got the name correct. Audio. Does anybody know the brand Audio? And you will say no. But you do know the brand. It's Twitter. Nokia, phone company, started off with working with paper mill operations. Paper mill operations in 1865. Any kind of growth that you are seeking, because as you grow, you're breathing better, because you cannot grow without breathing better. As you breathe better, and as you grow, you will get to the next level of you. Perhaps that next level of you is a complete makeover. Perhaps that next level of you is bringing in something a little different. So for example, Western Union. Western Union was a brand that used to do telegram services, 1920s. Now they do MoneyGram services. They adapted. The ability to adjust and adapt is rich person speak, but you cannot adapt without learning. You cannot adapt without feedback, without criticism. And for that, you have to be a good listener. And if you're a good listener, you will have great awareness. And if you have great awareness, you will be an amazing acknowledger for what is going on with you and what is going on with how somebody else makes you feel. The importance of rest, relaxation, and pampering is rich person speak. You know, Ma likes it very much when we dress up, when we feel good. When girl or guy, we present ourselves in rich ways, in wealthy ways, that we are not sloppy, that even if I have to go down to pick up bread, that I go in a presentable, appropriate manner. Obviously, that is not the place for you to wear your little black dress and black stilettos, but that you are always well turned out. You are always feeling good about yourself. Parlors on Fridays, make it a routine. Around the first time when I first started asking, and this is one of the crazy money tips you're going to get in the 33 prosperity tips that you're going to do as part of the package. Fridays is parlor day. On my home Telegram group, everybody gets a reminder on Friday. Head to the spa, wear light colors, pamper yourself. Because the art of pampering, resting, relaxing, rich people have mastered this. Which person do you know who is rich and does not have a lifestyle that includes this? Do you know anybody who doesn't have this part of their day or their week or their month? Pampering, feeling good about yourself. What is feeling good about yourself? Same as feeling light. Moment you feel light, what happens to your day? It goes better. What happens to your breath? It becomes better. What happens? Money! Bhagya Ma got 50,000 in one day when she went to the parlor. She was amazed. She shared it on our group. She was amazed. She was like, I couldn't believe it, but you said go on Friday. I went on Friday. I've got 50,000. 50,000. How cool, right? Poor people do not have a sense of rest, relaxation, pamper. And when I say poor people, I don't know if you're thinking of people in slums. I mean poor people as an attitude. Exhausted people are the poorest people in the world. Why? Why are exhausted people the poorest people in the world? Tell me. Why are they the poorest? And how terrible, right? I'm so sorry, my darlings. Any of you all who are low and tired right now and exhausted, and I'm saying poorest people, I take away the energy of the word poor, and I ask that you receive it as an understanding. Yes, my lovelies. Why are exhausted people the poorest people?
So a certain number in Fernandez is showing up saying that they're busy slogging. Then Shalini says that I have noticed this whenever I get a pedicure done, money flows to me. It has become a joke between my husband and myself. And Deepa also acknowledges that pampering makes you feel better and divine. It's great. Namrata has written breath is an issue. Bianca says because they do not give breath, they do not take a breath and rest. Suma says because they want to push it and keep going on for struggles to get something. Kulvinder says not deservingness. Deepa says because they don't work on themselves, pampering. Nagendra says poor breathing. Shah says money flows blocks. Dipali says they think they don't deserve to rest. Angela says exhausted all their resources. Kulpreet says worries. Shali says exhausted people are poor. They don't have time for themselves. They don't know how to use money, fear. All of this is coming up. And Sejal is has written in, Sejal, is this happening right now? She said how to deal with toxic people. When they yell, my heartbeats increase. Somebody is elder unnecessarily yelling and accusing and my heartbeat is increasing. Is this happening right now, Sejal? And waiting to hear back from her. Others are still writing in. Pooja says, I think it distracts them from getting better or choosing better. Trupti says it's the fear of spending money. Shah again says they don't pamper. Bianca says they give their energies to others. And Malvika says no energy in the now where life is present. And no time energy for self-care, says Angela. And Sejal is written saying, yes, apparently this is happening right now.
I'm so sorry. Let me just do a clearing. Sejal, can you just start drinking water? Please distance yourself from the perpetuator. And in your head, Sejal, I'm just going to do it for you. Sejal's environment, safer, 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 and safer, and safer, and safer, and safer. Mercury retrograde, you can leave now. 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 Thank you, toxic people. Thank you, toxic people. Thank you, toxicity. Thank you, toxic people. Thank you, toxic people. Fears, you can leave now. Fears, you can leave now. Feeling so threatened, you can leave now. Thank you, feeling threatened. Thank you, fears. Thank you, fears. Thank you, stress. Thank you, unsafe. 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 Have water. Keep us posted. Waiting to hear back from you, Sejal. Take your time. Take your time. Exhausted people are the poorest people. Yes. For everybody who said breath, and Neil, you will note that this is where the conversation has stopped. And the one person, the first person who said time, not the second, third person, the first person who said time, but everybody who said breath, yes, that is correct. Which is because exhausted people neither inhale properly nor exhale properly. Exhausted people run on inertia. Inertia is a is a scientific notion of how any object in motion will stay in motion till something else stops it. Like a ball rolling down a cliff. If nothing comes in the way to stop it, it'll just keep rolling. Inertia has no consciousness. Exhausted people, and I also want to say, my lovelies, sometimes we think we don't have a choice. But remember, this wiring is coming from some data. Of course, you have a choice. If I said, leave your toxic environment, but what will I do for money? But I also live in a big house, but I also get to have my own room, and there is food on the table. Like, I don't know how I'll manage on my own. Then invest in working through your situation, because you can't have it both ways. You cannot say, I will not leave, but please help me to get out of this, because that's conflicting. Nobody's going anywhere with that. Exhausted people could have this choicelessness going on. I don't want to think like that. So simple. I don't want to think I don't have a choice. I don't want to think choiceless thoughts. I don't want to think. And by the way, the decree is I don't want to think. Do not change the order of a decree. Mandy has been working with the decrees for a while, and she requested and she asked and she checked. She knows she can take a decision. But you are not to change the order of the words. Do not use the word feel. I don't want to feel this, because it will have such a severe backlash. Your emotions are subconscious, unconscious. They're not under your charge right now. We'll get there. We're just starting right now. I don't want to think choiceless thoughts. I don't want to think toxic thoughts. I don't want to think threatened thoughts. I don't want to think palpitatory thoughts. I don't want to think unsafe thoughts. And something will change. Immediately it will start changing, as we will hear back from Sejal. But very good, my darlings. Your breath goes off. When you're exhausted, you have neither the breath nor the bandwidth, because your head is fried. Your body also fried. When you're exhausted, either you are exhausted in deep, deep unhappiness and regret, or you are exhausted in deep, deep anger.
And
You
Nidhu said,
work.
and very quickly telling you, sorry to interrupt, that she said, thank you, ma'am. I could feel emotion leaving and some sensation in left side of brain. Thank you, ma'am. Good vibes to you. That's what she's written back.
But is it easier outside? Is it easier in the house? Has the person stopped screaming?
And she's not mentioned any of that, but this is what she's written.
Keep us posted, Sejal. We're all here. We're all here. What was I saying? I've got. Okay, it'll come back. In the learning and the upgrading, one of the things that a rich person very quickly upgrades to is investments. What do poor people do? Poor people have savings. And if you notice, if you've been using the word savings, but you didn't know that it is poor person speak, you know now. When we know better, we speak better. Then we do better. When you look at your money as savings, there will be big, big expenses showing up to eat into the savings. Let me know if this is true for you. Every poor person who has had savings has had some big expense where they've had to use the savings. Is this correct for you? Have you noticed this? Rich people have no savings. No savings, because they have only investments. When you think, I have to save, you're going to switch into, I have to invest. I'm going to give you one more decree. Savings replaced by investments. Savings replaced by investments. savings replaced by investments. Who is going to sum up 5 rich persons speak? Okay, I'm joking. I wouldn't do that to you. At the same time, when you've understood the rich person speak, and by the way, there are 5 more, we will do more of them on the call. But right now, the calls that we're going to have are based on all of this. Acknowledgement, active listening, continuously working through the understanding of investments. Oh, investments. Does this mean that I now have to buy shares? Does this mean I have to work with a investment banker? Means none of that. It means only that you recognize that your money is going to create more money. Savings don't create more money. Savings come from insecurity. I have it. I feel better. I know it's there. This is not rich person. Insecurity, remember, what is the thing with insecurity? Insecurity will not let you sustain taking a gamble. Amitabh Bachchan is Amitabh Bachchan. Whatever his level of insecurity right now, anger, stress, etc., those 13 flops didn't make him insecure. He took a chance on the next one. Bradley Cooper was a waiter who wanted to be an actor. How many waiters in New York looking to be actors? How many of us here with stars in our eyes and dreams of Bollywood? Jigar chahiye na? You want your firm core, you want your belly sucked in, you want the confidence, you want to exhale properly. Everything will happen. What is your next step? Let me practice this inhale, exhale, getting comfortable with how I feel, whatever that feeling is. Let me get comfortable with acknowledgement. Let me begin rich person speak. Let me try to listen for more than 3 minutes, because after 3 minutes, I keep thinking, khane mein kya bana hai? It's get into the practice in November. From that practice in October, look at the next step you have to do. Let's bring your goals into reality. Yes? Who's ready? Who's excited? All right, my darlings. Package A, you get $100,000, 81 lakh rupees successfully.
Nidhu, should I share? Should I screen share?
Yes,
Now?
ma'am. Yes, please.
A quick moment, please.
Yes. And you will notice now, when you see the details of package A, it will make so much more sense because it is based on rich person speak. 5 that we have done, and we will do more of this. You've heard of the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? So how our language, how our poverty consciousness and prosperity consciousness is given to us. Therefore, a lot of how we are expressing ourselves is also how it was all expressed in the family. We will take a look at that as well. And Neil, before you move on, why have I used the word poor and not the word poverty consciousness? Why have I not said famine mindset? Why have I not said lack mentality? Why have I not used those words? Why have I used the word poor? Can somebody tell me? And whoever gets it, you are the next recipient of the Speedster Lightning session. Why am I saying poor? Such a harsh word, no? Poor? Such a heavy word. Why am I using this heavy word? Why am I saying poor? How nice to say poverty consciousness. How much more simpler to say lack mentality.
Lotus,
Poor.
Lotus says relates to money. Parita says reality. Deepa says words make difference. Radhakrishna says it's hard-hitting reality, no sugarcoating emphasis. Angela says to bring light to it. Pooja says it's an unconscious attitude. Bianca says poor because it is not just money. Malvika says lack of energy and we have wounds. Suma says we've been thinking poor about ourselves and that is one of the cause for money blockage. Kavita says closer reality. Smita says acknowledgement. And Pooja says it's the emotion, not the feeling.
Who is this? Who said that? Who said that?
Pooja T. Pooja T. T is what?
He gets the speedster lightning session. Lack mentality, mind. Poor is how you feel. Why are we not comfortable with saying poor? Why is it like a hard-hitting reality? Because we're not comfortable with our feelings. Frightens us to feel a certain way. Frightens us to feel negative. Frightens us to feel jealous. Frightens us to have thoughts of vengeance and revenge. It frightens us to feel how we feel. It also frightens us to feel very happy. I do not know anybody who can bear to see somebody else happy beyond a few moments. Something we will say, acha, but take care, huh? Yes, that dress is looking lovely, but make sure you send it for dry cleaning. Somewhere we will find to bring it down. And this manifesting with the yes buts, is this part of our topic for today, Neelu? Is it part of one of our calls? This manifesting with the yes but, yes, you look amazing, but my God, your dry cleaning bills must be so high. Where we need to diminish the good. And therefore, even for us to say, this is too good, this is amazing, this is delightful, this is happy, we run out of steam very quickly. We don't run out of steam as quickly as when we are saying negative things, but the word poor is how we feel. It's an emotion. It's not a thought. Yes, you can think poor, of course. And of course, because poor with money has nothing to do with money. It has to do with all the times that you were told that you are poor in maths, that you are poor in studies, that you are poor in sports, that you are poor at your job. And that poor now is the wound. And what did I say? The wound bleeds into money, and then money starts behaving like the wound. So even though your head is saying, oh, but I want the money, I want the money, I want the money, the poor is going into the money. And the next thing you know, you're doing all of this money work, but you're making poor money. Who can resonate with this? Who can resonate with this? You see what's happening, my lovelies? The distinction between how I am thinking, because I'm thinking I want money, but I am not thinking that my cupboard is full. My cupboard is full with the way I feel. And that in turn has these other programs in my head which are governing how I behave. So my money story has become a vicious cycle. But we will break out of this vicious cycle as you are doing so today. Do not be afraid of the word poor. What is the big deal? What is the big deal? It's only an acknowledgement that, oh, my fan needs cleaning. That's all it is. The dishes need wash. The dishes need to be washed. That's all it is. It's not a big deal. It's a big deal only when you're terrified of feeling what you feel. It's a big deal because the program is, the data around feeling is, why are you so angry all the time? Why are you crying all the time? Why are you dreaming all the time? Why can't you pay attention? All of that becomes part of the data of our discomfort with how we feel. We will take a look at all of that. But Pooja T, congratulations. You just got yourself a Speedster Lightning session. Amazing. Nilu, we will go back to you get $100,000 successfully. So successful you, package A, where we will do 3 calls, but 4 actually. Oh, so sorry. I will do one there. So 3 calls in October. But Nilu, we also have the 4th call as well, right? 4th bonus call, which is taking place as soon as this Tele Summit is over, like on a Tuesday. And on Friday, we're going to have this Weekend of Wealth 9 masterclasses. And you will get the bonus call of the masterclass on that particular day. This bonus call is on the 3 types of millionaire making machines. And each one of us has one type, and one type can adjust. Like I will tell you the difference between how Oprah Winfrey makes money and how Aishwarya Rai makes money. The difference between how Vidya Balan makes money and how Deepika Padukone makes money. And you will see that because the millionaire making machine works a certain way, there is a certain way your money will take place. And there is a cycle of the 5 money disruptors. One type begins at a certain cycle. The next type begins at another cycle. The 3rd type begins at another cycle. So your basics to understand your millionaire making machine is package A. And in package A, we are doing 4 calls, and 4 calls on Rich People Speak. We will do breathing exercises. We will check our inhale. We will check our exhale. We will look at the data. The point of our calls is the data. We need to spend time with this data that has given rise to all this. We will also make sure that we say I don't want to think like that. I don't want to think like that. I want to think like that. I want to think more like that. I want to think about making money. I want to think more about making money. Awesome. Awesome. All of these, oh yes, and all calls also include requests to drink lots of water. Cheers, everybody. You have your Telegram group support. You also get on Telegram and email. Every 3rd day, you will get a decree to practice. Like you got decrees on the call today, and you thought it, and you whispered it, and you spoke it. You will get a decree, and you will think it, you will whisper it, you will speak it. On our 2nd call right now, I don't think we did all 3, we only spoke it. But this is the 3 ways in which we will train ourselves to speak the language of the decrees. The language of love, light, money, manifestation, alchemy. The fastest, hands down, there's nothing faster. The fastest energy shifter, vibration, game changer, life opener, money flows opener in the world. Welcome to the decrees, everybody. So we have calls and we have Telegram group, we have the daily decrees, we have remote transmissions. So remote transmissions are on the weekend. So on the weekend, 3 times in a day, I will just do the 1 second alchemy. And I will give you an activation phrase. In fact, I did one for $100,000 just now, and I'm going to give you the activation phrase. I just want you to tell me how it makes you feel. So the 1 second alchemy for each of you all to have $100,000 stroke 81 lakh rupees is already done. Your activation phrase to experience this is I get money. 3 times. You can think it, you can whisper it, you can say it. I get money. Have water. Your next round, I get more money. 3 times. Your next round for the third 1 second alchemy, I get so much more money. So I get money. Actually, now when I'm saying I get money, it will take you back to that. And you can see, right? You can see the transition happening. Like you were already on your way to experiencing the third 1 second alchemy. And now it feels like you're being taken somewhere else. Could you feel that? Could you sense that? Okay. So I won't take you back there. This is the last one. I get so much more money. So on the weekend, you will be given this entire set at the end of the day. End of the day, you will have 3 activation phrases. When you say the activation phrase, the energy gets activated for you. So you can receive it anytime, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. You can say it before sleeping. You can say it after you've come back from work. All good. How are we doing? How did it make you feel to receive the $100,000? Now, I'm telling you it's 100,000. Your activation phrase may not reflect the $100,000 because your activation phrase is for you to open to the $100,000. Kaisa laga? How did it make you feel? And you'll get it on the Telegram group and you'll get it via email if you're not on the Telegram group. But it's really nice to be on the Telegram group. You'll get everything faster. Responses are also faster.
Package A details have already been posted on the Telegram group, even though you didn't give us the amount fully. So let me get it here.
And there you are, my lovelies. First of all, you've got these bonuses worth 82,000 rupees. You've got these bonuses worth more than $1,200. You're not paying for any of that. You're only paying for the weekend alchemy. And the weekend alchemy is available to you at just rupees 2,999 USD 44 instead of 1,20,001 and about 1,751 US dollars. I'm going to give you a moment because your fingers are busy right now, right? You're just picking up this package like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay.
It is absolutely a water super deal only. Yeah. And 24 hours, Nidhu, you have to remind everybody. And 24 hours, by the way, starting in the morning.
This will, yeah. So by early tomorrow morning, this offer will not be there. Right. Yeah. And after that, it will be 3,701 rupees and US 55, which I'm not even bothering to say because, gosh, you got to take it at this price only. And once you've spent this much time, October, November, and you're going to be that much more geared up to make into reality what you want done. Because poor people would love for somebody else to do it for them. Rich people know that either they're going to do it or they have a team that's going to do it. Not a team that's going to come and save them. Not a team that's going to come and do it for them. Because what a rich person can do, only a rich person can do. What the team can do, only the team can do. Remember? A whale has to do what a whale has to do. A tree has to do what a tree has to do. And money has to do what money has to do. When you are galvanized, like all systems go, ready and raring to take off, when you're ready to make everything that you are feeling, everything that you've cleared, everything that you have healed, everything that you've made peace with, and you're ready to take that action into your future, then is when package B comes in. And therefore, it follows package A from the 1st of November. 1st of November to 7th of November, every single day, you individually get your own 1 second alchemy. Once that is done on 8th, you will set up your call with me. We will take a look as to where you are. And we will take a look at what has to be either attracted, because remember, we can be working on the inhale, or we can be working on what has to be released, which is the exhale. Whether we need Durga Ma energy, or we need Saraswati Ma energy, or do we need Lakshmi Ma energy? Depending on what is required, we will finish in those 5 minutes. You will know what to do next in those 5 minutes. And as soon as that bit is done, you will set up your next speedster session, because in package B, it's unlimited from 8th November to 8th December. And along with that, we will also do some calls. We will do a new moon call. We will do a full moon call. We will do a potent prosperity call. And by the way, in our earlier call, Neelu mentioned the prosperity spray, and we do a very sweet one in the prosperity package. In your email today, you're going to get the quickie prosperity spray recipe. It's fantastic to do around the full moon, but it's also really good to do around this particular time. Today, tomorrow, day after, it's really good to do. And since you're here, here is some prosperity spray for everybody.
Nidhu, I would like to be acknowledged by everyone for having brought it up, because of that, they're now getting it in the call email replay.
I acknowledge that you're the one who brought it up, and therefore, because of you, everybody's going to be getting it. It's a very simple recipe. It's a sweetheart recipe. We have a longer version of that, but this is a quickie version. All of you all will get it in your replay email. Yes, thanks to me. That's correct. That is correct. That is correct. So full moon call, new moon call, potent prosperity call are all supporting your goal, your intention, your desire for December. We also want to finish very quickly in December because everybody gets busy. It's winter vacation. It's Christmas. And much as New Year's is known for New Year resolutions, the week after New Year's is also known for New Year resolutions breaking. So we want to do the best we can, and then we just want to take off. Rest, relax, spend time with family, do whatever is required, and then return in January. And all of this showing up for you at correct.
Give me a moment, Nidhu.
Yeah, sure.
You are going at lightning speed. I need a moment.
Technology, you can keep up with me now.
Right.
Yes, instead of USD 11,315 and rupees 7,75,555, it's available only for 2,05,777 and USD 3,003. Whatever you have on your mind around this package, because obviously you can see, my lovelies, you've got package A as your launching pad. You got to launch into package B. What's on your mind for package B? You have questions? Ask me. We're going to spend some time on that right now. You have queries? Ask me. You want to spend 10 minutes chatting about it? Let me know and we will set up a call with you. Oh, yes. So that's basically the alchemy, and the unlimited sessions are what you're paying for in package B. Everything else is a bonus. And millions of rupees, dollars, pounds, and gifts to you sent. And this was an activation phrase we had in the morning, but an activation phrase can last 6 months to a year. So you can still say it and receive some more, even though you all have already had a fresh 1 second alchemy done for you, which was 3 activation phrases I gave you. I don't want to say it again because it'll take you back then. You may have moved elsewhere, but you can say received to receive and tell me how that made you feel.
And thank you, Nidhu, thank you for your acknowledgement, and thank you, beautiful people, Suma, Bianca, Fernandez, Nishi, everybody, Angela, Namrata. Thank you all so much for your acknowledgement. Thank you. And Karen also writes in.
Thank you.
She says, your energy is so lovely.
Thank you.
To be a part of. It's always uplifting to be on a call with both of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your benefits falling on me.
And yours on me. Thank you.
Thank you for all you do. And Angela says, I feel like $1,000,000. And this is very, very nice and up and high. And I just heard you say, Nidhu, that if people want to speak to you about package B, that you'll have that, because it was supposed,
Yes.
better late than never. It is going to happen. Before that, Nidhu, you just let me know. You close the call properly. We will only stop the recording of the call. And what can I say to Market? Please, sun lena.
He will.
Yeah, only the recording of the call will stop. We will not disconnect the call. And Nidhu, whatever break you want to give to people, you just come back. Is that what you're looking?
Yeah.
Perfect. So also giving a heads up to Amrish that after Nidhu's traditional always bye, the way she does it, only recording to be stopped and YouTube live to be stopped. Yeah, and all this is gone on YouTube live also. Thank you.
Hi, everybody on YouTube Live. We're going to take just a 10-minute break, come back. And here's the thing. In those 10 minutes, once again, I am going to open up the 5 takeaway that you've gotten from the entire call. But it has to be a little more specific to whatever it is that we've discussed. Give me 5 takeaways and you too can get yourself a Speedster Lightning. So for those of y'all who are staying back to speak about package B, yes, give me a yes, show me a yes. For those of y'all who are staying back to speak about package B, how cool. For those of y'all who are not staying back, you can still get the opportunity to have a Speedster Lightning. So we're going to do that again on the group till a little late tonight. For now, thank you very much, my lovelies. It was amazing to have you. I value you. I appreciate your time. And I feel very honored that you spent quite a bit of it with me today. Big love, big hug, drink lots of water, be nice to your mother when possible. Namaste from India.